Well, it says we're live. Oh, well, might have been a good idea for me to have my phone ready. Oh my gosh. It's 11:11 exactly. Okay, well, good morning, everyone. My name is Sheila Corona. Welcome to Sassy Seer Sheila. If you're seeing this live, it's on Sassy Seer Sheila. If you're watching this after the fact, then you're seeing it on New Light Streaming Love, then it's after the fact. Um, Today is Tuesday, November the 25th, 2025. I'm not going to do a reading this morning, and this is going to be really very brief. Just kind of wanted to come and do a bit of an update. As you can see, I'm wearing oxygen. I have been having some health challenges, which is partly why you have not seen me. Um, these health challenges involve my oxygen levels. And I'm really getting an inside view of quite a bit of things right now. So I have been led to just lay low. I am starting to get emails now in regards to the disappearance of Jason Gray's Facebook page. And that's mainly what this is about. I have not spoken to Jason yet. I did receive an email from him letting me know that his page was removed. So I haven't had an opportunity yet to chat with him. I'm hoping to be able to meet with him in Zoom very soon, and maybe we can have a conversation about what has taken place and perhaps the why of it. I have my own theories and feelings about that, mostly because my own pages, YouTube channels have been taken down before, and I never got over 2,000 subscribers. And my view count wasn't even ever really in the thousands of views either. So for me, I see it as more a frequential thing that happens. Um, so people can do with that what they like, but there you have it. Um, at any rate, I just wanted to come and do a really quick update to let you guys know I am still alive. It was a bit touch and go there, I think, because Lisa and I just had a bit of a conversation. Well, actually, she just remarked on it earlier. How, because I feel like I'm more here today than I have for quite some time. And that has to do with when your oxygen levels are low, um, you are exiting the body in various and sundry different ways, because that's what part of this vessel must have oxygen, and things have to work properly in order for the body to continue. Now, I'm a hard one to kill, to get rid of. So that's not happening. And I just thought I'd come and share that with you guys really quick. I do, because it is also Thanksgiving week, want to say how thankful I am for all of you that have, through my channel, become my friends. And there are several of you who stay in touch with me regularly, partially whenever you don't see or hear from me, these sorts of things. And I just want to say that I am very grateful for you. And also, I got to tell you, our little book clubs, uh, I am so blessed. I feel so grateful because I'm being shown so much. I don't know if you will recall, but I did start this book club, and there's not that many of us, and we've only gotten to this area here, but the synchronicities involved in my life and what I'm being shown in each time we meet, it blows me away. It just absolutely blows me away. So um I am feeling to pull at least one card. Should I pull a Rumi card? Let's pull a Rumi card. Let's see what Rumi has to say about the energy today, about what's been going on. Because I really feel like I've had, when I do start to come back more regularly, I do want to share with you that I've gone through some timeline slips, and one that took place really very quickly that Lisa was also involved in with me, uh, where something disappeared and it reappeared in the same day. And both of us watched it happen. And it's just fascinating to me when that happens. And we can sit around and think that that's impossible if we want to. Sure. I'm just a crazy old lady who, you know, has problems with her oxygen levels. But I'm telling you, it's a real thing. So let's just see what the Rumi deck has for us. And we'll let this be the one. Divine Discontent, card number 12. Divine Discontent. And that's a 3 numerologically, by the way. 12 is 3 numerologically. Winter falls upon us, so spring can bring new growth. Cry the tears, allow the longing. Sadness brings surrender and a deep desire to be free. I find that very interesting, mostly because I have had quite a bit of overwhelming sadness just recently here, actually. Again, I know your heart. I hear it breaking and groaning in darkest night when you imagine yourself to be silently cast adrift in sleep. It speaks to me, that sacred heart of yours, whispering its longing and bemoaning its divine discontent. It knows when something is amiss. It senses that something is not quite right as yet. There is a piece of the puzzle missing. Even in its tremendous gratitude for all that is, and there is much gratitude and sweet appreciation in that precious heart of yours, there is a murmuring, a questing. It cries out to heaven, vouchsafe me a blessing. I cannot go on. I am broken and in need of your tenderness for healing. I am empty and in need of filling, not with stuff and bits, but with the most precious nectar of divine fulfillment. Nothing else will satisfy me. Please restore me to wholeness. I can hear the missing piece. I can bear this missing piece, this broken disarray no longer. I listen and I cajole that wise heart of yours. I praise it for its honesty and longing, for the longing is an irresistible perfume to the beloved, attracting the only salve that will soothe the divine discontent of your truth-speaking heart, that of divine presence, absolute and unquestionable. There is a sense within you, perhaps quite obvious to your conscious mind, or perhaps only dimly registered as an unnameable underlying sense of anxiety that something in your life is not quite right. It may be the sense, even amongst so much gratitude, of a yearning yet to be met, a longing yet to be fulfilled and satisfied. This is the pain of the awakening heart. That heart is capable of bliss and ecstatic reverence for the sheer beauty and wonder of creation. Yet, as the heart matures, there will be a process of deep, passionate longing that awakens for the divine. It is the impatience for the caress of the great lover, for the presence of the divine to come to you. Over time, that longing will grow from a mild inner sense of incompleteness, needing to become whole. It will develop into a holy fever, a sacred rage, a stamping of dancing feet, a pounding of fists upon the altar, and a longing so deep and distressing that one may well break into tears at the impossibility of bearing the pain of apparent separation for even a moment longer. Where is my beloved? Cries the awakening heart. I call for my beloved, and yet I am here still waiting. I can stand this no longer. As devotion grows and passion for the divine intensifies, so too does this yearning. So much so that this may come to feel as though your heart is breaking for the divine, or perhaps you are not quite there yet. Your heart is attached to smaller gods, such as your status, your job, your lover, your body looking a certain way, or being able to live your life in a particular way. These smaller gods are not necessarily an issue, yet you have drawn this oracle, and so it is guidance for you that the divine wants to draw you closer. Sometimes that means we will have the meager meal wrested from our hand, so we may feast upon something far more delectable and grand. The divine is a fiercely possessive lover. If there is a face of another beloved preventing you from longing for the divine embrace, and if you cannot see that it is the divine beloved within your lover that you are loving, well, then something will be done by heaven. So make your relationships sacrosanct. Seek the divine in all things. When you cannot, when the power of lesser gods has you in its grip, acknowledge it. Bear witness to it. Do not chastise, instead be truthful. Let your heart break and lie prostrate on the floor, hands clutching and head bowed, as though only your sadness and plight could stir the heart of the divine beloved into descent of succor and grace, saving you from a life far too bland for your exquisite Epicurean palate. Just don't misinterpret the pain and think that something really is wrong. If you are surrounded by status and money and cannot understand why you should mourn, it is even more important that you allow yourself to do so. Mourning is to be felt. Understanding is not so relevant. Well, that's quite profound, isn't it? But if you must seek understanding, then know this, dear blazing angel, you are just waking from the deepest slumber. With your awakening heart, you are realizing a truth, a part of you, deeper, wider, vaster, and more instinctive, truthful, and intelligent than your mind, is lonely for the divine embrace. This is right. This is sensible. This is sanity. It is the pain, the real, noble pain of the heart that says there is something more than this inadequacy, this settling for plastic instead of precious gemstones that must end now. I cannot be fed by pixelated sunsets in animation upon my computer screen. I yearn to be blasted by so much radiance and beauty, by the real thing, that I become stupefied. I must witness so much divine splendor that all I can utter is some incoherent grunt, my mind dissembled and my heart ignited by the presence of my beloved. I want to become a fumbling, ecstatic wreck in the presence of my beloved. I want to allow this pain, this yearning, this divine discontent to guide me to my holy lover, so my life may never be the same again. And so it shall be. The discontent divine growing within you is the beginning, not the destiny. Its purpose is to lead you into your greatest connection yet with divinity. Do not resist. Witness it. And this is what I've been doing, which is why you haven't been seeing me. And because I asked myself this time why I was staying away, and it had less to do with running than it did with becoming settled and surrendered to whatever was going to present itself to me, because death is definitely on the table. Do not resist it. Witness it. Do not dismiss it, trying to cover up its smell with rose petals. Let your rank discontent be the pathway to divinity. Look beyond what is, what has been prized and treasured, and is now found to be plated and not the precious gold it was once esteemed to be. Don't be scared, for you are my sidekick on this great holy adventure. I am here, you see, just around the corner. I have you in my sights, though you may not see me yet. I am holding a loaf of fresh bread, hot from the kitchen of the Creator, hoping to entice you with its wafting scent, tempting you to follow me on towards something of far more substance. If you are still stuck on pine-scented air freshener, imagining it is anything akin to the wild scent of the pine forests for real, then How can I tempt you? Let the stench be the stench. Then the fragrance of God can be discerned. And together we can leave what is less behind once and for all, grabbing like hungry school children for the divine bread with sweet, fresh scent filling the air. Wow. Angela McCollum, good morning, beautiful. You were on my mind a few days ago. I'm glad to see. Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. That's why just as soon as I started receiving, okay, one person contacting me about Jason's page, uh, I get it, but now I've started to receive emails as well, and I know I've been gone quite some time, so I wanted to give you guys a bit of an update on me, and so thank you for that, Angela. Um, and just know that apparently and here's the really interesting part to me. Whatever is taking place for me seems to be taking place for quite a few people. And if you're having any sort of challenges, um, check your mineral levels, your electrolyte levels, because apparently, what's up with Jason? Hope everyone is well. It's not, well, as far as I know, Jason and I haven't chatted, but I was made aware that his page was removed from Facebook. And this happens quite frequently, to my mind, with folks who are of a certain frequency. And I say it that way because it doesn't matter that you don't have, I mean, he has, at the time that his personal page was taken down, he had over 10,000 followers. That's quite a lot. Not as many as what was in the Hermetics group that he was in. That there was over 677,000 people in there at the time he was kicked out of that group. But his own personal page coming down just happened. And when I lost my first channel, I only had 2,000 subscribers, and I never had any video that got more than 200 views. So why in the world would they bother me? It's not like I was influencing anybody. And they did it to me not once, but twice. Sassy Seer Sheila is my third channel. And I feel like when I feel into that, it has more to do with the frequency of the transmission that is coming through the vessel that is sharing, if that makes any sense to you. Because there's no other rhyme or reason that I can think of, because that is just the way that goes. Now, I am going to be reaching out to Jason and asking if he would like to come and do a live with me very soon. I don't know when that will be exactly, because this is a holiday week, so we'll have to see about that, and so that he can chat about what he feels it's going on. But also, I happen to know that there may be another way to get his work out there to people. So I'm hoping to meet with him now that I'm feeling at least a little more present, because the oxygen level has come back up, to be able to chat about that. So that's where we are with that, Angela. And that was really partly what prompted this today. So that's what's going on. And I love you guys so, so much, and I'm very appreciative of anyone and everyone that has ever participated in, I don't even know what I call myself doing here, but um, back to the health thing, I find it very interesting that I'm hearing now these, I'm having some of the same nutritional uh, things that my housemate is having. And then I also learned that this is, and I'm speaking specifically to being anemic as well. And because of other diagnoses I have, as I am disabled, my COPD is affected, which therefore in turn began to affect my oxygen levels, not just the intake of it, but the components in my blood. I just learned this morning that I was very close to needing a blood transfusion because of that makeup of the blood. But apparently, we're going to try supplementing with some things that will make that not have to happen. And I'll find out in the next 2 weeks whether or not that will have to happen. So, at least for now, with the oxygen, I won't have to have a blood transfusion. And if the mineral and vitamin and mineral supplements that I take in will correct that, because we're going to do labs again in 2 weeks and see where I am in that with that. And oh, you're so welcome, love. Um, I want to, like I said, I just want to thank everyone and let you guys know how grateful I am for your presence. And if you are not already subscribed, I would love it if you would do so. It doesn't really matter if you do or not, because this channel is not monetized, nor will it ever be. But it does do something to the algorithms if you have more interactions with folks, apparently, not just the subscriptions, but the commenting, the liking, the sharing, all of these things. So, if you think that this is valuable for others and you wish to share it, please do so. Otherwise, don't, if you don't feel pressured. So happy Thanksgiving, Turkey Day, however you celebrate. Uh, and please don't think for a second, I am part Native American, and I get it that it wasn't, it's not what we've all been told, but I choose to, and I always have actually seen Thanksgiving as an opportunity to be present with gratitude. And so that's the way I approach this. So until we meet again, my friends, I hope that you will move towards that which brings you joy in each moment that presents itself to you. And one of the most important things that I really have grasped over this past year is that I now know that there is an awful lot I don't know. And even things that I think I know are up for debate. They are up for review, because an awful lot that I was taught, I'm 64 now, and an awful lot of what all of us have held to be true is come into question. And, this whole thing really since 2020 with the science is settled. First of all, science is never settled. And that's a true statement. So how could it be that all of these things that we've held as true, we just took for granted that they are? And we've made these assumptions. And that would also mean the science is set. There's so much there. We don't know what we don't know. And the smartest thing I find for myself to do is to remain open to the possibility that I have been terribly misinformed my entire life about almost everything. Because so much of what I held to be so actually is not so on any sort of level. And when you really, really, really dig into it and feel into it, the possibility, the plausibility that it's something else is always there. And if you don't allow yourself to see it, if your psyche's not ready for it, I get it. It's not easy to open yourself to other things, but for me, it's the only way forward, especially since now I am old enough that I'm moving into the next phase that they claim is the end, the death phase, which again, none of us really know what that means. So we'll see. Thank you all so much. Mwah. Be well, my friends.